Derek Jeter. These exercises accelerate swing efficiency. Hey, what's going on? It's Joey Myers from the Hitting Performance Lab, and in this Derek Jeter video, we're going to go over exercises that can boost batted ball distance. Specifically, we're going to talk about a 16-year-old case study out of Florida named Danilo, and we're going to compare his swing to Derek Jeter's. We're going to talk about three different things. The first thing is, what does an efficient impact and follow-through position actually look like? Number two, what can impact and follow through tell us about movement dysfunction? And number three, what exercises can we use to correct them? First, let's go over what an efficient impact and follow through position actually look like. Okay, so I want you to pay particular attention to a couple things with Danilo's swing, and then we'll compare it to Derek Jeter's. First of all is our batting tee setup. This is set up for just about an outside pitch, so I'm assuming that Danilo's setting up for a pitch down the middle, so we need to move this forward a little bit more just inside the front foot. The next thing is focusing on turning faster. So he's really keeping those arms bent a little bit too long, where at these points here we should start to see the front arm extend in here, about right here to here, and then back arm extension through here. The other thing I want you to look at is he's coming off a pitch plane, and the big thing with the rest of this article you're going to see is this back leg here. It's getting extended out, and we're going to talk about why this is happening and then why this kind of arch into the back. So let's take a look at Derek Jeter. I know this is an odd camera angle, but what you can see here is you can see that Jeter is staying with his head floating over his rib cage and his rib cage floating over his pelvis, which we didn't see with Danilo. He was arching his back and extending out his front leg. You can see this nice almost 90-degree bend in his back leg, and you're going to see him extend both arms out through impact, which is going to turn us from the science of turning faster to increasing inertial force. So let's take a look at what the impact and followed through position can tell us about movement dysfunction. If we move better, we perform better. If there's movement dysfunction, the brain puts performance on the back burner. The bottom line is this: movement dysfunction affects batted ball distance. Couple things here with Danilo. When we look at his impact and his follow through, are core stability and glute activation. You're seeing this reverse C shape here, and what's causing this is his core isn't strong enough to stabilize in this position, not yet at least. So what we need to do, if we were to pause Danilo in this position in real life, we were to be there standing there with him, get him to contract his abs, what you'd see is this rib cage would stack a little bit better over the pelvis, much like Derek Jeter. The other thing is, if we were to activate or strengthen this back glute, or this right glute back here, he's going to be able to support himself on this back leg and have more of that 90-degree angle that Derek Jeter did. So how do we correct this? Let's check it out. For core stability in the super plank, we want to push the heels together like we're crushing a grape. We want to squeeze the butt cheeks nice and tight, and we want to keep the abs nice and tight. Then for glute activation, we want to go into the single leg floor bridge, and here we want to keep the heel under the knee. We want to push the hips up through the ankle, and we want to be nice and slow floating the hips down on the way down. If you want to know how many of these reps and sets to do, you can click the link below this video in the About section if you're watching this on YouTube to go to the blog, and everything's laid out there. These exercises will surely accelerate swing efficiency. So make sure we're swinging smarter by moving better.